Hey, parents. I am Jamie Lanier, and I'm with Perimeter Ballet, and I'm going to be leading the camp next week with your children. And in the times that we're in right now, I wanted to send you this just so you could have a visual of what I look like and get a feel for things, because I understand from my own experience that anxiety has increased right now, which is what it is. And yet, I think as we see each other's faces and understand the details as much as possible, it can help. So, this first part is for you, and then I'm going to have another part where I talk to your kids. So, if you could show them that part as well, that would be great. So, again, my name is Jamie Lanier, and I live in Jefferson, Georgia, which is a bit north of probably where most of you live, kind of rural-ish. I have two kids, Luke and Micah. Luke is almost 17. Micah is 14 and a half. Hard to even say that because it seems like yesterday they were so little. Anyway, I love them. And I also love teaching ballet. I love teaching little girls and boys, my princes, which I love having, and I think I have two next week, which I'm so excited about. And the other thing I really want you to understand and know, or tell you from my heart, is that I value your trust, and I take it seriously, the responsibility that I have to care for your children. And I take it as a great privilege and a great responsibility, and I take it seriously. So we at Perimeter are trying to do our best to pray and think as much as possible through this line, or this balance between being responsible and yet also living our lives as well. And so our goal for your children this coming week is to give them a time where they can be with other kids and dance and feel the beauty of God's world and who God has made them to be, their bodies, the way that they think, the way that they feel, their limbs, their arms, their legs, to be able to dance and to enjoy it, and enjoy God's creation, enjoy each other, and enjoy and be able to feel the beauty of what God has given them and given all of us. So that is our goal. And we also want to protect your kids, obviously, and protect you and anyone else that comes in, that's in your world. So, all that being said, I'm Jamie, and I have another teacher that's going to be with me. Her name is Sophia. Sophia Swar. She is wonderful, and I love her with all of my heart, and I've known her for a very long time, and I trust her. She's so good. And so I wanted you to see my face, and I'll try to send you a picture of her as well, so you can know what we look like, at least, because in these times we need some extra reassurances. As well, I'm going to have four other assistant helpers who are teens who are just like, I love them so much and trust them, and they've been doing this with me. I think this is my 25th Princess Camp that I've done in a long many years, and I look forward to them all year long. I do, and they're really truly the highlight of my year. If I take out my own boys, they do a lot of stuff that makes me so happy. But anyway, I enjoy it very much, and I take it very seriously. It's just different this year, so I wanna do everything I can to help and to assure and just remind you that we are, well, I hate that whole thing of like we're in this together, but we are in this together. So I just wanted to give you an extra reassurance. I should stop. I'm going to tell you some more things now. Okay, so there's a few things that I want to remind you about. and your kids too. But this part is for you. So I'm gonna grab my notes here. If you could please label everything that your child brings with them to camp, which will help them to just keep track of their own things, and actually practice it with them. So your child's water bottle, your child's lunchbox, any containers that are inside of the lunchbox. We've asked you to bring a towel, a beach towel, or any other towel really. I'm gonna do a little demonstration in a moment for your kids and you to watch as well about that. I'm gonna show also how to fold the towel that will make it compact enough to where it will fit inside of their backpack or whatever bag that they bring, because actually that is an important thing, because they're little, and they have to bring a lot of stuff in, so I want to try to make it as smooth as possible. Let's see. Okay, for you, if you could, with your children, if you could practice with them, washing their hands with them. I know that you're washing hands with them all the time, but if you could do it again and just talk to them about, at Princess Camp, this is how it's gonna go, or I also have my princess. And just make sure that they understand 20 whole seconds and all that stuff. You're probably already doing this, but I must say it to you, just so we all are on the same page. Tights. For parents, for you guys, this is necessary for you to know. It's not necessary that your daughter wear the tights if she doesn't want to. So as long as she can practice with her pulling them up, because we'll have our bathroom breaks, but she will be in the restroom by herself. So she needs to know how to figure it all out by herself. And so if you could practice that with her so she's prepared, that will benefit her. And we want that. And if the tights are an ordeal in any fashion, leave it. Tights are not a necessity. So just understand, if she wants to, if it's gonna work, good. If not, don't worry about it. Okay? Okay. Let's see. Okay. I'm gonna show you some examples. Some of you may know all of this, but humor me, because some of you may not. And either way, I think it will be an assurance. So there will be the leotard part, which I'm going to talk to your kids about in a minute, but then she needs to wear some sort of like little skirt or dress, tutu thing. This is a tiny one that will fit your little baby sweetheart. So here's one, and here's another. This is more of a tutu thing. So whatever she wants to wear over her leotard is totally fine. It's as long as it's comfortable, and as long as she can do it herself. Pull it up, take it down when she needs to use the restroom. Anything is cool. Tutu, more like a dress skirt thing, along with, she'll be wearing a leotard on the top, some sort of bathing suit-ish thing, So I was gonna, I don't have little ones because I have 2 boys, but here's one of my leotards. So I'll probably be dressed in black on the first day, maybe, because I tend to like this color, or white, or here's a purple one. Anyway, the color, not a deal, not a problem. Like whatever she wants is fine. And whatever skirt. So this is my skirt, which I'll show your daughter in a moment. Okay, so there's also my 2 princes, which I have. For my princes, they need to just wear a white t-shirt if possible, or some sort of pale color with not a lot on it, sort of fitted, and then like a black pants, some sort of what do you call it? Like gym pants, but not too loose, not too tight. But don't stress, okay? Because we can help. It's okay. So they just need to wear even like a pair of sweatpants, something like that, gray, black, anything in that realm will totally work. All right. Then there are the ballet slippers, obviously. Here's mine, and they're kind of like, they're a little old and gross, but that's because I wear them all the time. Anyway, here's your slippers. So you want to use, I know you only got like Saturday and Sunday left, but some sort of ballet slipper that are leather-ish will be good. Okay, for your girls, and for boys, they're usually black. Yeah, I think they're always black. Hopefully you've got them. If you don't stress, because we may have some extras for you. Okay. Tights. Here's mine. I usually tend to wear black ones. Whatever. The kids usually wear pink. Pink is usually good. Anyway, this is your underneath the leotard. You don't have to have your daughter wear them if it's an ordeal. I know a lot of kids are like, they're itchy and it's a problem. So if it's a problem, delete it, okay? Because we don't have to do that. No big deal. You just need the leotard and the skirt. Okay, so the other things I want you to know, parent-wise. Let me get my little lunchbox here. Okay. Oh, before I do that, hair. Bobby pins. These little deals. So you may have different shapes, whatever. So I left my hair down on purpose so you could see how to do this, because I know some of you know how to make a bun, or I mean, obviously you're parents of girls, which I'm not, but if you haven't done the ballet bun thing, you might be a little nervous, so I want to show you how. But also know a ponytail is okay, and if perchance your daughter has really short hair, as long as you keep it out of her face, it's good, because as she's spinning around, when it comes into her face, that's where the problems happen. So with ballet, we're moving around a lot, so you'll just need to make sure that it's out of her face. But if you can do a bun, it's cool to do, and she'll feel good about it, hopefully. So I'm going to demonstrate how to do it with my own long hair, which probably needs to be cut. Okay, so you've got the pins. I use these long ones because my hair is so long and thick-ish. Anyway, the long ones work for me. You can use short ones, whatever you want to do. They also make these circular, like they almost look like a donut, that you can use if your daughter's hair is kind of thin or you want to do it. But if not, all you've got to do, I'm going to turn around and give you a little demo here. So you're going to make the ponytail. Hoping you're still seeing me. Yes. Okay. Okay. So once you've made the ponytail, this is what you'll do with the rest of her ponytail. So you've got your pins, how many ever you need. I have a super long hair right now, and I only need 3 of these long ones, but you may need more. The long ones, I'm a fan because they work really well. But anything you've got, don't stress. Don't stress. Not a big deal. Even if all you do is just a ponytail, it will be good enough. So that's the thing. All right. If you want to make a bun, though, this is how you do it. So you take, well, I'm not going to talk because you might not be able to hear me. I'm just going to show you. now that I wrapped it around, I've got one bobby pin. So you take it from, put it in from the edge. And so there's your ballet bun. So I tell my older girls that are like third grade and above who can do that by themselves. Maybe your daughter can, I don't know. But it's, you twist and then you go around, almost like a cinnamon bun. So that's what it ends up looking like. So if you want to go, I believe the Dollar Tree has those little, it's like a net and it looks like a donut. It's in the hair section. If you want one, if not, you can do this, no problem. It's very easy. It only feels complicated if you've not done it, but once you try it, if you do the twist and you go around, you're good. Or the ponytail is fine too. So don't think about that too much unless you want to, if that makes sense. Okay, let me grab my list and see what else we want to talk about. Labeling. Okay, because we're trying to make sure that we keep everybody's belongings to themselves, so our hands are not touching everybody else. I think that the best thing will be to make sure you label everything. And it's been a while since my kids were in preschool, because 16, 14, it's been a long time. But I do remember that, and I don't know how it is now, but I'm assuming that it still is. But just want to remind you, you've probably already got all your stuff labeled, but if not, all you got to do is just use a Sharpie marker if you're willing, and just make sure that you label all the things. So let me, I'm going to demonstrate for you. Let me get my stuff for that. Okay, so your daughter's going to bring a lunch every day. She can bring it in a lunch box. Even my kids, they're teenage boys, totally different, but they prefer their lunch at school in just a paper bag, which that's fine. Whatever you want to do is fine. But if you use a paper bag, write their name on it with a Sharpie. Write their first name and their last initial, because we've got a couple that have the same names. And that's all you gotta do. So if you pack a lunch box, I mean, this is mine, so I'm just showing you now. It's different, you know, it's like I put it over my shoulder, but somewhere inside the lunchbox, just make sure you've used a Sharpie marker to write their name. And then obviously we have I'm looking for my Sharpie. Anyway, you know what Sharpies are. We have a couple of kids who've got allergies to nuts, eggs, stuff like that. So we're asking that nobody bring nuts, no nut anything. And that will be helpful and respectful of protecting each other, which is what we're doing right now. So also, I'm going to show you what's in my lunch box. So I may have some sort of dessert. I'm going backwards here. So if I've got to have a cookie, you know, here's my cookie. But it would be best if you save the cookies till after ballet camp. I don't have to tell you why. Here's some sort of fig bar. Okay, so there's no nuts in it. Fine, you know, good. Some carbs, some fruit. So if you, inside the lunchbox, you're gonna label your lunchbox, and so I'm gonna have, you know, some protein. So we tell the kids to pack some protein. You know, eat your protein first, and your vegetables and your fruits, and then perhaps dessert. But parents, I'm asking you, save the dessert till after camp. It can be like a cool reward, but like it's just better because we don't have a lot of time for lunch, and yet they're super hungry by that point. But cookies, you know, if anything with sugar in it, it's better to save it for later, please. It will be better that way. Thank you. So here's my example of my protein. So you can obviously pack it in a plastic bag, Ziploc, or I have my little fruit container with my grapes in it. So whatever it is that you pack for your child, please write, I don't know where my Sharpie marker is, but write with a Sharpie marker on the top of your container. So whether you use a bag or some sort of reusable container, write your child's first name, first initial of their last name, whatever it is, and that will be great. So there's my fruit. I've got my protein here. It's like a little meat roll-up deal. Anyway, you may do a sandwich. Whatever you want to do is fine. But we do tell the kids, like, we have a limited amount of time, and we want them to eat their protein, their healthy parts first, and then their vegetables and fruits, and not do it opposite. But they're kids. We're wanting them to have fun. And obviously we're only with them till 12:30, so whatever happens after that is different. So we do encourage them. What we're going to do after lunch, so after they're done eating their lunch, whatever they've not eaten, we're going to leave in the container that you put it in and put it back in their lunchbox, which I understand as a parent it's kind of gross because, you know, you're unloading a lunchbox of like congealed cheese or whatever, I remember. But the helpful thing is it helps you know what it is that they have or have not eaten that you packed. So please just pack stuff, practice with them perhaps over the weekend if you can. Make sure if you're packing Ziploc bags, just make sure they can open and close them, you know, in a semi-good fashion. And make sure if you have a reusable container, just make sure they can practice opening and closing it on their own. That makes it way easier. And that way also it helps us to keep them safe as far as like we won't have it, you know, usually we would, if we weren't in our current moment, you know, a child needs help opening their containers and, you know, we would do that for them. And we still will if it's necessary. But if possible this weekend, if you're going to pack anything in their lunch, just have a little trial run with them so that they can understand how to do it themselves. That way, it'll only be their hands touching their containers that contain their food. So then we'll have them put everything back that's not eaten. Hopefully it will all be eaten and be all very healthy. And put back in their lunchbox. And whatever it is that you pack their lunch in, just make sure it's got their name on it. And make sure it's something that they can either put over their shoulder like this, you know, or just a normal lunchbox that has a little handle on it, or a bag, something that's easy for them to carry along with, here comes the next part. Thank you for staying with me. I know this is getting long. Along with their towel. Okay, so we have requested that you send with your child a beach towel. That's because at lunchtime it's so helpful to be able to go outside and there's some grassy area. It might be a little hot. We'll gauge it. There's also a patio area, but it's nice to get some fresh air. But we're trying to keep your children on their own spot. So we've requested that you bring a beach towel with your child. So this is mine. So I love green and blue, so I've got this one. So please just, whatever it is that you choose to pack for your child, make sure that it is something that is, they know what it is, you know, like they know what it is that's theirs and they recognize it. And you don't even have to wash it every day as long as you just shake it out or something, you know, but they need to be able to have it in their backpack or in their bag that they have on their shoulder. So something like this, you know. But just practice with them this weekend of putting their lunch and their towel or whatever they've got into either a bag like this or a backpack that they can hold on their back, because it would be great if they can handle having it all together on their own person. So this is mine that I'll be using, and I know I like it. It's my color. And I have labeled it. Can you see this? With a Sharpie. I took the tag off because I don't like tags, but I just wrote with a Sharpie marker Miss Jamie on it, so I'll know that it's mine. But practice with your child being able to fold their towel and pack it up. And I have a suggestion as far as how that goes to keep it for kids. So I'll show you in just a moment. Talking so much, I need some water here. Okay, so here's your towel, or this is like I don't even know. This is one I got at 30A. So obviously it's not like a thick towel, but in other words, I'm trying to show you, you could use a sheet or half of a sheet. You know, you don't want it to be too huge, but this is thin, so the thinner towels are better. But I've done this with my students before, and they actually enjoy doing it. But if you could practice with your child folding his or her towel, and actually any kid I've ever done this with, they actually really like doing it. So it's like getting it long and then putting corner to corner like this. And if you want to show them this part, that's fine too. Then from here, you can lie it back down or keep it on the ground. Either way, you just go one more time over. So then you've got let's see, make sure I can see. You've got a rectangular shape. Then rolling it is the best way to do this. So I'm gonna start rolling it. And mine is gonna be really thin because I've got this, I guess it's microfiber. Anyway, any towel will do. The thinner though, the better. The thinner, the better. Just because we want it to fit inside of their little backpack or their bag for lunchtime. So mine kind of folds up like this once I rolled it. And then I can keep it in my bag. And it's got my name on it, so I can do it myself. And hopefully your kids can do too. And we will help them if they need help. We promise. But once they know how to do it, it will empower them and also be best for everybody. So here's my lunch thingy. I'm gonna put this in here. So then I've got it all in my little lunch bag and or backpack, whatever your child prefers. So label the stuff, teach them how to roll it, etc., etc. Okay, one more thing about lunch. As far as lunch goes, for their drink, they do need a water bottle because they're going to get thirsty with all the dancing, even while we're inside. No food is allowed inside the studio, which is why we take our lunch outside. But they may or may not need a break for water. We will have a potty break, but even for lunchtime, please only water. I know some kids don't like water, but I'm asking if you could try to just have water. And this sort of bottle where if it falls, you know, like I can lift it up, and if it falls over, you know, a couple drips are gonna come out, no biggie. This is the best kind. Now, I've lost my Sharpie, but if you can label, put your kid's name on it, best way. This sort of water bottle is the best, or any sort of thing, any water bottle like this, where they can drink it, fine, fine, fine. But if it falls over, perchance, it's not gonna dump all over everywhere. This is always the best way to go, okay? Juice, if it's absolutely a must for your child, is fine, as long as they can, on their own, take the straw off and pierce the top and do that all by themselves. So if they are against just drinking normal water. I get it. It's fine. My kids are kind of picky too-ish. Just make sure they can do it on their own. And if not, you could even put Gatorade or their juice in some sort of bottle. It doesn't have to be this sort of top, but some sort of top where if it spills, if it falls over because of grass or whatever it is, it's not going to be all over everything. So this is what I don't want you to do. Okay. These sort of water bottles, easy, we all love them. But for the little kids, now unless your child is able to unscrew it on their own, and then every time they take a drink, put this lid back on and screw it completely back on, and then set it down. If they can do all that, we're fine. But if there's a possibility that maybe they are not capable of doing all that, which I'm 38 years old and I still, I spill stuff all the time. So I have to take precautions myself. Anyway, please don't send your child with this sort of bottle, is what I'm asking you. Because I've seen it so many times. And it is just water, which usually is not a deal. It's not a big deal. But in the, with our current environment, you'll have your child will be on the towel and be having the fresh air on themselves, and we're gonna try to let them do as much as they can on their own, and I don't want to put pressure on them to have to be screwing their bottle cap back on, nor do I want to, you got it. Thank you. Okay. Let's see. What else do I want to tell you as parents? Let me check my list. I hope you're still with me. I know this is long, but I hope it's worth it for you. I am a mother myself, and so I understand sometimes you just want to know the stuff. Let me check my list. Key is that you want to help your child be able to do as much as they can on their own. That doesn't stress them too much. All right. I think that's it for you. This part is for your child. You can show it to them if you want to, or you can watch it with them, or just watch it with me and then tell them. But I would love for them to see my face, and I'm going to send you a picture of Sophia, and hopefully if I can get it, I think I have pictures of all my other helpers, just so you can know our faces. Let's see. Okay, I think the only thing, okay. In order to keep your children in a safe distance from each other, if possible, this is something, and I would love for you to show this part to your children. So I'm going to stop the video and then start it again for this part's for your kids.